Hi everyone, it's Marlene. Welcome back. I'm so happy to be here with you today. I am going to get ready, so I wanted to do a chit chat and catch you up on some things that are going on, answer some questions that some of you have asked me in the comments, and yeah, just hang out for a little while. I'm looking forward to it. I haven't done this in quite a while. I am going to use some new products and I'll use a few old ones that I'm trying to get through. I am having all kinds of problems with this camera. All right, let me put on my ears. One of the teachers made this for me and I love them. I think they're so cute. I wore them one day, the day that she made them, and I forgot and I went out. I went shopping, I went to do all kinds of stuff, and I was wearing my ears. I'm using some First Light, and I'm going to put that on the perimeter of my face. Get a bit of hydration going on here. You know, I didn't buy any more of this during the 21 Days of Beauty. I just want to get through so many products that I have, that I've had for a while, and I just refuse. I've got so many primers, and I said, you know what, I'm just not going to buy any more until I get halfway through them, and then I'm not sure what I'm sticking with. Well, I'm definitely will always have, I have a backup of this, of the Pores No More by Dr. Brandt. It is my favorite to get rid of, or not to get rid of. Oops, I put too much on. You don't need that much, you just need a tiny little bit. It does a great job diminishing the look of pores. All right, for my foundation today, I'm going to use Rainforest of the Sea. There's not too much left in here. As you saw in my empties that I went through those two foundation, the Born This Way and the Tinted Dole, and here's why. I had probably half of those foundations, and all I did was every day I would go between one and the other until I finished them, because they're each a little over a year old, so I wanted to get through them before they got old and I'd have to throw them away. Rainforest of the Seas is pretty much the same way, so this is what I've been using. I've been using this one and the Estee Lauder Double Wear because I want to get through that as well. I dampened my Beauty Blender. I really like this foundation. I like it for the summer. I think it's nice, it's light. I may have to change the shade that I've been using. I'm not even sure what shade I have, but I'll leave it listed down below. And some of you were asking me, well, I'm so confused. I know Natalie was one of the ones that said, what are you doing? I thought you were moving to Kansas. No, Kansas is our second home. And the reason that we're moving into the townhouse is because we don't need two large homes, one large one in Florida and a large one in Kansas. This condo is probably, I don't know, 2,800 square feet. It's huge. And so is the house in Kansas. So we said, well, we really don't have, my daughter Stephanie lives in Washington State. The only family I really have here is my son and Christy. I have my mom that lives about 3 hours away, and my siblings that live 3 hours away, because I'm in Central Florida and they live down in the Fort Lauderdale area. When I want to see them, I'm the one that goes to Fort Lauderdale. They don't make the drive. I don't want my mother to be driving that 3-hour drive. You know, she's 84. Maybe I'll put a picture of her somewhere up here. Someone asked me how I mix the concealer and the eye cream. They asked me when I was talking about it, in the bits and the tips and tricks video. Someone left it to me in the comments area. Gosh, I cannot walk and talk at the same time. I'm almost finished with this. This is the Makeup Forever HD. This is a really thick concealer, and I think, oh my gosh, I'm out. I'm almost out. I really have to squeeze it, so I just take about that much. And I take about the same amount of the eye cream, and I just use any eye cream. I usually use the CeraVe, but I'm out. I'm using one by First Aid Beauty, and as you can see, I have both there. And now I just mix them, and that's what I use. That's it. That's all you need to do. And they'll be it won't be as thick, because that's a really, really thick concealer. And it'll keep it nicely hydrated so it won't crease. And one of the ladies told me when I was in that same video, she said that she would apply her eye cream first and then immediately followed by the concealer, which I'm sure works just as well. And you see? And that's a really thick concealer. That is the consistency probably like of the Shape Tape. As I was saying, this place is huge. So what we decided, because we don't really have that much family, and honestly I don't really have that many friends here in Central Florida, even though I've been living here since '91. I'm not all that social. I am social at school, but I'm really not. I'm not. In Kansas, Wayne's 2 oldest sons live there, and the grandkids live there, and we have lots of friends there. There, I'm a little bit more sociable than I am here. And we thought, why not have the big house there and have something smaller here? We purchased that home in Kansas, and that way we could entertain, we could have the grandchildren over, and we thought it would just be really nice. For now, we're just going to spend summers and holidays over in Kansas. And then we'll spend, once we retire in about a year, we'll do 6 months in Florida and 6 months in Kansas. Taking Anastasia Beverly Hills in, this is base 2, to carve my brows. This is not new. You know, this is the first one that I purchased. No, this is the second one that I've purchased. As you can see how much is in here. I must have had this, I must have purchased this like last year. And I use it every single day. And I still have it. It just lots there. And I have a backup because I love this to carve my brows. And I've got an angled Real Techniques brush that for the life of me I cannot find. With all this moving around, and I've got boxes everywhere. Okay, I think I'm going to use Soft Glam today. I've only used it a few times. I purchased it when they did the 20% off at Ulta. I'm going to start off with, I think it's Tempera. I think that's what it is. I can't see, you know I can't see. And I'm just going to apply that all over my lid. So I'm happy to say at the time I'm filming this, there's 19 more wake-up days for school. And there's so much to do at this time of year because we're the ones that have to complete their paperwork for middle school and do a recommendation for if they need to have remedial classes or if they need to have higher level courses. We have to do all of that, and it's a lot. We have about 100 sixth graders. I'm going to use, what am I going to use? I'm going to use burnt orange for my crease. Yes, I know, I'm using burnt orange after I went through that whole thing about the peachy stuff, but that's okay. And you know, by this time of the year, I have great students, and I think that this is the first year that I'm really going to cry when they leave, because I had many of them in 4th grade. Growing up, I cannot believe, I have one student, when I had him in 4th grade, I used to look down at him, and now that he's in 6th grade, I gotta look up at him. They're awesome. I love this age group, and I don't know, I'll probably sub or something when I retire, because I don't think I could ever totally stop teaching or stop being around the kids. I'm going to go with Sienna, and I'm going to deepen up the crease area. I love these Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes. I just love them. But this one, if you have the Modern Renaissance, you probably don't need this one. This is a really warm palette. And there are, I think it's 2 shades. I haven't really compared them, I don't think. I think that Tempera's definitely in the Modern Renaissance. I'm going to use some Dusty Rose. I know that sounds like as if it doesn't match, but that's what I want to use. And I don't care. I'm using it right in the outer V. I should probably switch my brush. That's what I should be doing, but I'm not because I'm talking. I'm going to change my brush. I should know better. I'm going to use some Mulberry. I love that shade. Oh my gosh, this shade is gorgeous. And I'm bringing it in to the crease. Just to deepen that up a bit. And you could use any shades you like. You don't have to use this palette. You don't have to use these shades. For the townhouse, I do want to get some new furniture as far as the dining room furniture is concerned. And you'll see why when I start showing the placement in the townhouse of the furniture. I've had the table, it's a glass table, and I bought it years ago. So it's ready to be changed. I'm going to blend. And I'm so sick of it already. And there's nothing wrong with it. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. I might take it to the Goodwill and maybe another family will enjoy it. But I want to get mid-century modern, like from the 50s. I love that look. I love that Danish furniture. Love it. But it is really pricey, even if you buy it from someone, you know, you buy it at a vintage place or you buy it from, you know, an owner or whatever. I'm thinking about, there used to be a vintage place over by Beachside. Not a vintage place, I'm sorry, a Danish, where they sold Danish furniture. When I was growing up, that's what my mother had, was Danish furniture. I did order the countertops, and they're coming to measure on Wednesday. Would you believe, listen to this, listen to what they did. I went to Luvs. And I ordered the countertops. And then they sent somebody over to come in and measure and make the template and all of that. Well, I said to them, I'm a teacher. I'm not going to be there. I can't make an appointment until like 3:30. Otherwise, I have to take the entire day off. And I don't want to do it because we're in the last days of school. So she said, oh, that's not a problem. She called the contractors that were going out. The lady that works at Lowe's. And they made an appointment for me for Wednesday between 2 and 3. And I said that was fine because Wednesday is our early dismissal day. So the kids leave at 1:30. If I leave at 1:30, it takes me about 30 minutes to get to the townhouse from school. And I said, that's fine. I'll just, you know, I'll take off the extra hour and a half because it's early dismissal for the kids, but it's not really early dismissal for the teachers. Anyway, so at around 11:30, I'm on lunch and I see that I had a phone call from somebody that I didn't know, and there was a message. And I listened to the message, but because the building that I'm in, it's all brick, I could barely hear it because my phone there's not a lot of cell reception. The call was coming in and out. And I thought that the guy on the other end was saying that he might be there a little early. So I called him back and he didn't answer. I left him a message and I said, I have a lockbox. If you're there a few minutes before me, just go ahead in and here's the code. And I gave him the code because there's nothing to take there. You saw it. There's nothing there. So I get a call from him. It was 12:30. I have kids in my classroom. And I called the teacher next door to come in and stay with my class. And I went out and I said, I'm not supposed to be taking calls while I'm in my classroom. So, you know, make it snappy. And he said, oh, we're here. It's 12 o'clock, mind you. My appointment was for 2 o'clock. We're here. We have another job to do. So we just decided to come over here and measure. And how big, how wide do you want the bar area? And where do you want the faucet? And I'm thinking, how on earth can I possibly give him all this information over the phone without being there? They're going back on Wednesday. I'm going to use glistening with a flat brush. This is an old Bare Minerals brush. And I'm just going to tap it and apply it to my movable lid. I'm going to dip it just a little bit for right under my brow. Just a little bit of shimmer there. I don't know why, just because. What do you think? Let me show you. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take a little bit of Noir, which is the black one, on a pencil brush. And I'm just going to add a tiny little bit here on the outer V. Bring it up just to deepen that area up. Open up my eyes a bit. Another little tap. And I'm going right in the outer V. I'm going to use the Urban Decay 24/7 in Demolition. I don't usually do brown for my lower lash line, but I am today, just to do something a little bit different. I normally would do green or blue or something. See what a difference the black made? And I just added a little bit just to deepen up that outer portion. But I just think it does so nicely. I'm going to use this Stila. I love the deluxe samples of this mascara. I hate the full-size one. And I was watching Jen Loves review when she did that collaboration with Emily Noel. And what they were saying is so true. The brush is half the size of the container, so of course it's going to have more product, and that's why I think that most of us like the deluxe sample better. Alright, for blush, this is a new one. No, I'm going to do an old first. This is Ipanema by BECCA. This is the bronzer, just to warm up my face a bit. For the blush is a new one, and this is Berry Trifle? Yeah, Berry Trifle from Laura Geller. I love these blushes. Look at this, how pretty it is. Isn't that gorgeous? It's not dark. Ooh, that is shimmery. I haven't used it. That has some shimmer to it. Yeah, I'm going to have to fix that later after I finish this. I don't want to take up any more of your time. I just purchased the Hydra Mist by BECCA that so many are talking about, and I called Stephanie and I said, okay, how do I use this? She said, well, the first thing, she sent me a little video over the phone, and she said the first thing is always make sure that you keep that lid closed, because otherwise it'll dry up. Now if I could open it, it'd be wonderful. Alright, 20 minutes later, I figured out how to open it. It's got a little lip right there, and you just lift it up there. Alright, so this is the first time I'm doing this. She told me to use a kabuki brush. So this, she told me she was going to send me one. Oh, I remember, she said to do this. And then you have product up there. She told me to take a kabuki brush, which she said that she was sending me one, but this is the only one I have. And she said just to tap. Oh wow, it is cooling. I'm not a powder person, but this, it feels nice. I gotta turn my mirror around so I can see what it looks like. Holy moly. This stuff works. I'm impressed. I'm using some BECCA, the new powder for under the eyes. This works really nice. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for spending this time with me and the chit chat. I hope you've enjoyed it. Leave me some comments down below of what you think, whether it's school, whether it's a townhouse, whether it's what I'm doing, or if you have any opinion about Danish furniture, anything like that, about the look, about any other products that I use. You know, I love to talk to you and, you know, have our conversations going. It really makes my day. I hope everyone is having a fantastic day, a week, wherever you are. And don't forget, ladies, follow your passion, whatever it may be. I'll see you next time. Bye.